student and we share said the amount for munya message a letter no more education member is 70%. And wubano obodi galamsey fight.
Yeah, galamsey fight. Maybe just say galamsey fight. And Mama, in the first 6 months, in the galamsey corner, in the first 6 months, no, oh, assess no, or the two Sania, Oberman say.
Galamsey fight, no, and also member no 65%. Because Obaya no, we're taking some steps, which means say, and didn't I mean, man, a size 65-70, no. I would say, I feel all for me. Ne government ministers crime say na same crime no yi deputies be 4 say 3 be account and with me say aban bia obetimi amano say ne promises so ye were failure na so failure no ofi we say wo mano 1 year grace period na with me say afi ba timi nyeye that means any pa no wo ya ye tibon koso no ba we no. And first year, I will be a mamuambiano onyan easy because I feel I will form our government. Unyan be BME. It is a wee MC near, me ministers near, me ambassadors near, me CEOs near, my real munina. I feel prrr. Now, 1 year and a bar. Any boon say, but for now, things are on forming a government.
No. But must you form government first before about me?
Yes.
Yes. That is how you think.
Yes.
So you must form government first.
Yeah.
And son what me say.
Oh yes.
Now before we form government every na enyema agency mo na oyene dey.
Enti na me ka say ya tena ha galamsey nye 1 year de o maye. Aya bresantri ni ne atu galamsey a enti enim ehun sunsanso a ewo yen. But sunsanso no ain't take this 1 year say bekum yen kodwoto. Enti we say ma ban no ebre na 1 year no otimi ede toto ne niema memfa ne sesesi ya no wo pe emwa bi US ama mo de abe support to fight galamsey me wa wini commissioner kura ho so what you say
yeah
wo pe emwa bi wa China ama na be boa kwan obe fa so akodi atia galamsey wini commissioner ho wini ambassador bia ho and Sanya mani nyina account me manam sini oh woni aba no kra nkasa see tina me say bibia e was so for me mfa ne say
yes so on a scale of 100% so yes assess president on galamsey fighter obeban say
why yeah the 65%.
Obeban 65%. Until the 45, 35 no account. And then they say, on formal government in I want to mean.
Yes. And my mama no say, I think we near Yahudi be. And economy no dear. My mama 90%.
Oh, man, economy 90%.
Yes.
For your reasons, they say.
My reason is say, oh, say, a banway babano. Na your IMF. And na man for cry eka. Ye baba to abano ena IMF for no kra no anhwa na musika na omde be maye no na kakra na omde ama omfa maye biem aban we take steps amene IMF board omukohia omo omate ase se womo eniema hyehye omde agu akwa mu no wom betimi a continue with the deal no eno eye one kuvi anhwe tama na yese aban baye onto ade enhye obi abotomu ene cedi to dollar eyesen cedi to dollar eyesen
I say
enti ugina sa ne mani nyina so na wo hwe and ade a ema economy run pa eyefuo esi afuo cause yenya tofuo mu a obi ode ne dan rent betum obi oton duane wo market betum obi otontoma betum eka bibia enaba no ba no waje eniema masisia no said the ebribe o enefu na bo na pagya ena yesei esi aye stable kakra dollar no so ye stable kakra amen na wo hwe ɛyɛ inflation ɛba yɛ May na na utimi say enema so ate nti ɛno na meka say in terms of economy no de aba no 90%.
All right, mami na say ebisionary 2.3 FM so we live on all our social media handles on the pay Facebook Johnny Facebook AHOTOR FM official on Facebook and pay a live. Now we asking this question this morning. Say Assassin John Dramani Mahama on 100 days. According to a scale of 100, 1 to 100. Obama John Dramani Mahama saying that is what we asking this morning. And I'll bet me joining and more share me so live on TikTok. So no, you can join me live. I'll join you so that we can all have the discussions together. No, I didn't be what about me the say looking at John Mahama, assessing him on the first 6 months our office. What we asking this morning say from a scale of 1 to 100, saying about me the man in areas of galamsey fight, the economy, education, and share maybe to say health and other areas. Maybe you can also tell us this morning. And pay Ashbab, good morning. And Bamba, and thank you, Margaret Rogers, and pay Rakim, Muninas Majoni live this morning, and so Muninas Majoni live, and pay on live on Facebook. Into more Facebook, you know, I'll be quickly reading more message and pay at one na yena yakwin. But share and pay yena First Bank Ghana, for say First Bank Ghana say only account of First Banker. I would urge you say could be account of First Bank. Or be a bank they think about you first. I've been there. So go there. No account or until also could be your account or First Bank. First Bank. Almost see you first. It is a only account of what could be account for us and say a chedi be brave and a free First Bank ever. Now all them says I say First Bank back on a journey to reconnect with customers who haven't used their account for a while. Into they just say so for it means our account no a dormant and he can reactivate it or account no nam just actually be brave be free more aba and he is so simple. You can also go to their website or account me that you can join them on their website and I say okay, all social media platforms are either Facebook, X, and I say Instagram, and I say LinkedIn. I will click it on a link in the pet. I be provided bio page. Now you are good to go. And then pay the what I say you can visit First Bank Ghana. Na only account or create account ni be ewo say o account so na e dormant. I'm telling you, and near nyema mo de ba no edoso. Just make sure you join the family because Omodre Ohunkane First Bank Ghana and a pebble number 0596 92 1921 0596 92 1921 and also be email first solutions at firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first and pay a dream can and any baby account or Nanyamankoye and Famao. So, quick one. Let's look at the NPP. Ablekumanov Asamia Yakin. Rerun elections say to me because we now here they are. Omo the injunction akwakoto so the omo kan say nya dia omo betiase se bebre. Wakasa kasa bebre. I don't know else.
Ni panche na wedi amia MVP almost on my day almost on my day almost injunction atu aba
so kokot
I don't know TC suspended CJD na so kweko asi court batan kokot court mami kokot. Eti ose wo de ose wo ECOWAS court. Wa kwa nanza wo
ECOWAS court because so say you are abusing the right. And to ECOWAS court na teacher be say otimi yambe because I can say even baby omo baby omo tutu no cry wo ho no cry no so say e ho cry nye o my history about that venue the akoso wo paying and hune esuro bia the abewura ni mu okọ bia senia security for no kura no so de mu efa say wo mo hwe say bibia ni ho a ni nyina no feel say omo abusing the right enti say oman mu ha na yenti na semo a or the Nasam dan a cover Scott until the Nasam court. And he called to Mammy court. And that is Tokono issue now and pay.
But I say, in Simbi Moha not Tisso court. Unanimous decision no can be. And
so on a set panel.
As I'm a man on
panel on no set. And to set jury no. What I say now, teach it now. The echo. It won't over select for and only place that. What was it? Only Supreme Court one. It was Judge Bill case could I am a moment.
What was our court judge? Here's the remember. Awa say emrade obi a won right so kokko
sure
so
kokko to anyina nkyere say wadi bim anopay Erico and Maya Ashbab and Sam onyina XPC oma journey life Stevo Julie munyina journey life and anopay TikTok ne Facebook nyina ati let's yankan Facebook so or message kakra enti okokot now but ablekuma e wona menti ase no the MPP now we can say
me wo moyi mienu wa
I see
ba ku wo daily guide eno ye maame na ogina mu ma NPP no aye na na ku awusu afri yi ena wakokot high court akwa injunction say wade to aba no so na no na omo kire mu se sesia na yi sika se 19 police stations yensan konkoto aba ne biem sansa wo hwe ablekuma ho na police stations ni na 281 ena omo to aba na de maame kokoto kire mu se ena no high court kwatenase January 2025 ena omo hye yi se wonya recollection onkoleti aba no foforo na wontie se na yi sikure ya high court hye no waso san kwa akoto aba no 19 police stations etianu nti ena maame wakokɔ to se ode tabo kwa akoto so ena krata ba ko nso akiri se MPP amanyokuo no maame nhwe na me family ti se sia no hu ba bia omugina owura Justin Kodua ena ono nso akiri se abato commission ni se MPP fo abato no mo mfo mo ho nhyem waso officially wo mo mfa letter bia nkoma abato commission
according to the Electoral Commission, was say NPP and Fankate Biamaye. Say, on Nasa teacher way any election for say that one.
When put the Justin Kodua no can say officially, Omunfa letter be MPP fa letter be
Biancoma easy say,
Omunbetu Omun free abanum. Name easy aware. Say NPP and from Hono Tio, officially
what's the church the way?
Oh, dear, Justin Kodua from Pom. And was say Electoral Commission, where say NPP and participate our election na urban. But officially, Omunfa letter be uncoma easy. And to Omunfa here,
AHOTOR FM 92.3.
Minim say election ya enye election for be aye election aye 2024
yes
ena 2024 no obia o kan obia no enyi ne ho mfiri mu eda so wo ena blekuma north so de no bebia wantwi ko ba aye no eho ena yisi ni se sasumdwe betimi aba na obia beti ne ho ase no sa eho no ento ne foforo
19 police
stations on can say yenye fresh teacher it's different from we are doing a fresh elections and I had to a certain polling stations and only election na yeah no and only the rerun no
Justin Kodua what can you
and he said Kodua babon te be can say you see aware say they are not partaking in this election sir I don't get Kodua
was it
when
2025
elections when you 2026 elections when you 2028 elections way 2024 elections are got to here na wantwu call baby and anko ye and you so say I will say your man and you at our fines and a bear I found a friend you know be able to be atono send me a bear be fine so I don't get it here say easy I can say MPP before I can say on
was it the entire was easy where say about MPP for mo hunshim ɛne sɛ wɔn mfa picture nkɔ na yɛnkɔ fa nyɛ printing MPP mfa nkɔ nnɛ ɛna ɔsɛ saa da no duru a wɔn agent biara ni hɔ a ɔbɛkɔ saa 19 polling stations no.
I say.
Nti wei ɛna Justin Kodua aka sɛ wɔn mfa picture biara nkɔ sɛ mfa nkɔ print ballot paper.
Teacher, asɛ ma meka no nti aseɛ. We ɛyɛ rerun no tie brɔfo no a wɔka yɛ no tie. Yɛsɛ rerun. Ari yi na ɛwɔ hɔ nom no. Ɛkyɛ sɛ adeɛ no yɛrun ne dada na yɛrerane adeɛ no. Rerun. That is the language. Language ni sɛ adeɛ no yɛyɛ dada na ɛho atɔkyima wɔ baabi ɛno nti ɛna yɛyɛ den yɛsan yɛ de bio wenye abatoɔ foforɔ a yɛkɔ akɔyɛ a wɔbɛka sɛ yɛhia wo picture yɛhia ayi obi poster yɛhia obi ayi no ɛyɛ election na yɛgɛ no 2024 no ɛno
ballot paper na yɛde bɛto
ɛno teacher yɛn sesa no enti we no yɛn ballot sɛ ebi a we kɔda number 2 kɔda number 3 senior notice of poll no tie no saa na bɛkɔ no atare a ɛhyɛ wɔ picture odi yɛ 2024 no ɛno a ɛdin sesa ɛna yɛn sesa candidate bi wɔ hɔ enti I don't get where when the MPP is saying say
yɛmfa picture nkɔ
no kodua dabi kuka I minti aseɛ I minti kodua aseɛ when you fresh elections so when you say bia all the elections no ebia omo anale anase omo twam dabi we eye de mo ye no baby anko ye no baby anko ye no na mo e kire say
okay
AHOTOR FM 92.3
adwuma bia bapa wa Ghana asesi a no wode wo gimu a obetimi aye yie simple kra na adwuma foforo aba no na mo kyerem wei daily guide obokrata yesi Dramani Mahama bi adwuma foforo whistle blowers se bia Ghana obi nam kwati kwan so edi gold hudwa ani nyina emfa bremu no John Dramani Mahama se wo a obeba be hu frama agu task force na sum so panyimfo mesremo mahu sa sum esi a no bentin we di gold hudwa we ni license on kita hwe yesi wo sa nipa no gold dudu abebo ame achi bia no de wo 10%. It is a uko bogu o masum task force fuei obi tuto gold we ha we ni license no mo kwachi no kofi yesi gold no
AHOTOR FM 92.3
$10 million wo de wo 10%.
hey isa monye martin mame anopay 10 mi order for say yakochi gold $10 million wo de wo mu 10%. And I said, I get one and come away.
I don't say no for Franabe. Is there a banana?
Yeah, good morning. Move for and come home. When we are whistleblower,
yes.
Act no. And just say, and what's our task force in the answer? And son of Bitima said, but we are whistleblower. And it says, the association. And they said, you're no more. And that's how many baby almost many baby almost share. And Timothy, you won't be 10%, yes. And it's a look what you will be now. Bia, Wakoto gold, Kurawo, baby, now you can value gold. No, if I want to work, personal, you can value gold. No, send now can say $5 million and also $10 million. Oh, 10%.
Ah, admire. Hey, 10%. Hey, it would be 100,000 Ghana cedis. Na who be 10,000 no.
Actually.
Wow. Wow. Tiuchi mi no pe wai. Gobi ano pe woni nya me nya adwuma na.
Na woko.
Dia ye dia. Se me koduo se me nya gold no bia na. Ya blue hostel no.
That's a good blue whistle. But here the NPP for Justin Kodua can no pay.
For I to do the press conference, I will ask all of us sitting here to stand up and observe a 1-minute silence for our departed Member of Parliament for Akwatia, Honorable Ernest Kumi, who passed on yesterday. A very terrible news for Ghana, very terrible news for people of Akwatia, a very terrible news for the New Patriotic Party. So we are observing a 1-minute silence for our departed brother. May the soul of our departed brother, Honorable Ernest Kumi, and those of our fallen heroes rest well in the bosom of our dear Lord. Amen. For the purposes of the press conference, you all recall, last week Thursday, the party led by the General Secretary, myself, held a press conference at our party headquarters, whereby we made known to you the position of the New Patriotic Party with respect to the communication from the Electoral Commission, indicating that it is going to hold a re-round at some 19 polling stations at Ablikuma North. In the press conference, I made mention to you the reason why the New Patriotic Party disagree with the position of the Electoral Commission, for the simple reasons that per the court order, the High Court order of 4th January, whereby the EC was ordered
AHOTOR FM
to go
92.3
and complete collation and declare the winner in some selected constituencies, had not been adhered to by the Electoral Commission. Back and forth, we were able to collate almost all the polling station results in Ablikuma North, leaving only 3. And therefore, even with respect to a letter that I wrote to the Electoral Commission on the 3rd of June, asking about the update of Ablikuma North, whereby the Electoral Commission confirmed to the New Patriotic Party that indeed it is left with only 3 polling stations. Again, the Electoral Commission, led by Deputy Commissioner Dr. Bosman, under oath, went to Parliament and also confirmed same that so far as they are aware and so far as they know, it is only left with 3 polling stations at Ablikuma North. And therefore, it comes as very shocking that the Electoral Commission, based on its own conduct and also based on fact, based on their correspondence with the NPP, their pronouncement in Parliament, and even engagement with political parties when it happened on June 12th, where they maintained their position that it is left with 3 polling stations, will sadly make a U-turn. Indeed, it is a shame for this country. The inconsistency from the Electoral Commission is a shame. But for us in the New Patriotic Party, we remain resolute, and we know that our candidate, Nana Ekuafrie, won the elections with a margin of 414 votes. And this is based on facts and figures. We have not just churned out numbers to the public. And today I'll demonstrate to you when we say that she won the elections with 414 votes. So we have called you today to provide you with what we refer to as further and better particulars of the press conference I held last week. For you to appreciate where we are coming from as a political party, I plead with our IT team. It is important that the media takes coverage of the figures and the evidence that I'm going to show to the whole country. I've seen that you've turned the TV to the other side. It should face the media so that they will be able to pick the information I'm coming to give to the good people of Ghana. So please turn the TV around.
All right, so JFK and Justin Kodria and the General Secretary of the anti-PP and on a press conference what the church said they don't see the reason why I say Omo joining this election. Some of say a dangerous precedent and the Electoral Commission or embarking na emo anti omono anyaria womo because already they are in court on jante this rerun eba so na almost so say on the candidate no or no and we win abato no enti komo komo bia eguso ekoso mini was what doing no pay was over on this very particular issue the obetimi I can find one pay obetimi joining on social media on Facebook and pay more message I'll be reading them for you out there na yakwedim anope na mama so joining live on TikTok also anope obetimi joining then we'll have all these discussions together now yeah share why is now the MPP one more 10 years away from the elections today anti remedy and pay good morning to you bright day and pay we just also remedy thank you for joining smart and pay cool Godfred and pay good morning and Lankosi boy Nikas Munyan and pay thank you so much joining your life this morning and pay and share how things will play out this morning on the pay now you didn't come out and once again the NPP issue we'll look at that why the boycott and we'll see how things will play out now share the good board issues no and other matters but on a quick one Mami David do know any come
AHOTOR FM 92.3 AHOTOR FM 92.3
One and on AHOTOR 92.3 FM. Yep.
Well, my mini alright, David do know any come quick one here. Sending out a pay maybe someone say assassin John Dramani Mahama when he hand the 6 months in the office, a scale of 1 to 100. Saying now the Bama Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Anope little GH thank you and Anope you're David Dono a political analyst on that issue but we'll first touch on the NPP matters first and we'll look at the other matters the 6 months of John Dramani Mahama and how I nyema esifa ekono efa and Anope all right David Dono penultimate good morning.
Good morning. I'm to say.
I don't know how but you just open here. Mo, either you was at the Mount Quanope. Before we move to the other matters, a quick one. The Ablekuma rerun elections are you shared him saying coming Friday and was say to me a basso. Mammy Bisa say a day na yabe do some pepper way.
Much on the match we're here for and say, and then the other do some people say, say, I shall see no quality and fine shall see. As I say, Brana, yet to a baby, me who I say, a Bemonenke was say, Electoral Commission, no, of if you mean movie and son of the community about Twitter. And so, Commission, and somewhere or the other Twitter. After the North elections, and recently, Parliament Bosman Koye, Mikasao, Okayano, and no, Yababidu, Bibi, I was a dream. Like I say, Electoral Commission to the Boissy. No, Muna, Naji, Mono, and say, or the very year, because so we knew, and yeah, Electoral Commission in the case, and it didn't say. Now, what me Abu Atenya would be so. And say, Electoral Commission, like I say, not elections, I shall say, no percent of we basically police stations. We knew for 1 1. If it's a who do and for the buyer, a Biamba, then go for you see a scam t-shirt.
I say,
I know now, all the age, man. We need to one most man call parliament. On also can say any possible say better year rerun. Now can we boom after ya parties are on my year assessment. No one who say out of 37 police stations are what that's 62 now NDC 4 April and 37 among us 19 and no MP before Anya Anua.
Well, because so the press conference at the NPP, led by our General Secretary, Justin Kodia, you are. They made mention, say, there is some inconsistency on the side of the Electoral Commission. So you mean you agree with them, sir? The EC, no, and should any or you, and what can we for, and what can we for, and no, na LED to why even the NPP say. Interest in the rerun of this police stations here.
Yeah, we say submission. Ghana food Ghana need be with this electoral commission any Abekuma North elections national. So also the electoral commission in some of can between one. Let's say NPP has a cause to complain because of earlier statement the issue nankasa no and no na edu baby na ebika say the issue no incompetent. Some people are calling for say you be omudi free ho because nka issue no nyanto boase and we have various assessment any political parties ni nyina ko benkum say the omuwie only political parties ni wie ya nsa na only 19 ni ba betu ja no and nka onyanto boase ye no a nka emma say ko bia ba aggressive the nations all these answers we have betu wa woni well, we could be answer no. Now we need to do electoral commission dear no one. They say could be exactly the electoral commission can sana ne odana no. And electoral commission also am be no public gentia or arrive nka also we nyina akura no. Omo ye press conference. Na omo tina se no we do 20. They said the only safe parliament
AHOTOR FM 92.3
arrive at the only safe parliament. And can we be a press conference? Party in you to say, you go before we win the see. And until you hear Muno, if I say you made 37 and 60 something, 9 and I will say, yeah, and can NPP and no Emfa and Kasa. Until later commission one problem the finance and soon call you. Also, we're an independent body. After a year, we're an independent body. The ono akano, and no, and either say, every challenge your court to challenge your court to know. The East Court to me, young Casa, and the East Becano, and no, and no, until elections to the day, every vassal.
And so we should blame the EC. That is what you mean. If we should go by the Waka and someone era Justin Kodia or press conference, it means that the EC should be blamed here for any maybe able to see. Yeah.
Statements our various platforms, even the whole Ghana Parliament. That's the boss say. And yet possible say the Evesa for river, not a bad river now. They say if you know also you bring for this in crisis. But in Enka for no a democracy it must continue. Say or court no say Eddie Bim. Not say or Bebwa say Obiam Koto Abana fine. Say before some elections now still the elections will go on because government must run. And if you know, I be for this crisis,
Well, Mami, that's it. Mami, let's move to the other matters here. And I pay as a political analyst. 6 months into John Mahama administration, or share the areas of economy, galamsey fight, education, or share the economy and the fight against corruption. Yeah, Sessino, now you know at a scale of 1 to 100, entirely, no, because Oberman is saying entirely before we'll look at the breakdown of the other sections, either education or galamsey fight or whatever, but entirely, Skelly Mahama from 1 to 100, Oberman John Mahama say.
The man 80 over 100.
Oberman 88.
Over 100.
And I say 80 over 100, and I say 88.
100.
Money 80 over 100. So why that 20 no akara wan fan kan? What is the reason?
The interior fan can say, on say, Amambo dear, wouldn't be at a sort of and you wouldn't be at a sort of no. Say, why not sort of try to be more 100%? Now, would be quite as I'm not say, when you're 80%, I don't say, or in the range of A.
Yes, and I say A plus. Yeah.
And the interior man, 80 no, and no. Now, one, you say, the two previous governments number, including NDC and NPP, and I can ever do the 6 months year. One year, I can bet you one scandal. You say our work department be another agency be. I don't know. Yeah, and I say on one casa ni modesty, ni casa or casa di cha politician. Say we say I may say, and in the code now what you have to know. I say upon TV, so every dano. The leader no di mi na nyama si yetike no sana appointee so enti ama obia area of performance no obia e bon ho modern wo ho ye fa education a ye nim de ekomu education under the previous government na enkola no omadi sua e wo form na the previous government is only interested in say slogan say their free access for their bank enkola nya school akọ na ye nya quality no omadi die so na ensem wo ho se ye ka se ye nim se edidie side no enkola no edidie no bibie ni wo se ye nya wi education center na so edidie asem no efri honom na discipline so obon mo de se enkola no ebeye discipline e wo honom the various the past government na examination more practice na rampant na ko say it has been agreed upon say examination more practice no obi abetini aye in the sense say yes headmaster say catch them say momo ankola no so akola am momo humodin say ya you see I say education ya no wholesaler say ekwan bia so ye pese obi a passionate ka say to no course a few way this year no there has been a lot of effort the government no and I feel why you can do to wa omo track examination more practices no and mati say areas need to say bunu is the examination of practice here rampant no minister no nya ban na say education that is say that what say they infim and say na yan we edimu no mo mo dey say examination of practices no or mo dey that is governance. So you meet your people, talk to them na enyoma adia ehu ehia na ebi enugwase be o man no you be here through who here tertiary level promise our my or the ama as obi ani age ye nyina ye fi enim say there should be an improvement on the education sector even though say abana aye bebri wo hono say it change the previous government there no so who here economy na say they can wasem and then I say additional significant bebri so ni suka kana mi so no enkani fuel na mi to no se se the thing can because sound same fuel na
I say
fuel no come ikamu ebe bruso ami edifika ya kan igbo emo bo so ati me say obi beti yakoto emo bag kefie no no wasanya insisa be say 200 Ghana cedis nka
so it means economy ni bibia ekoye
economy ni bibia ekoye ama ban into no eno na
and who say said what kind of ceremony 80 per the areas abobo so the economy education in the okanyina do you foresee say we can maintain this and as sustain it to the latter?
Yes, I foresee say in the next 2 to 3 years to me maintain say any external shock be ama you bet me maintain because we say the Mahama na by now they seems to be proactive on the issues we say Israel Iran like omo ewo no pe say ba na yemi say no bet me aye external shock jama ban no aban ni catch the ministries involved say and the ministers involved so omo fa omo ni ndi etire say the be ya you bet me you bet me dia fa no enti we say aban ni proactive we enyeme bi e ba no oye ready say obe bi dia fa no let's say it is in good order and I will say energy crisis are you one or proposing one Ghana city say and no better than my one in hand. They say Abano is on course. I only need to form already both internal and external factors are a bit to me and my economy now go bad. No, Abano is proactive for all this money now. And to say, hey, dear, you do film, now Abano Bessa say, I capital project. Said the one and this can probably a big push. Now, you seek a degree, and because he says, the beer. And who returns now? If we are one of the big TV, and that's a election. Now, blind person omiti some projects now. What people in your mind say, I want no the being and to me so one that's what me maximize gold board in the one you man says can be blue or one to me the years project now. I buy no one to the beer. Maybe I can tell the people of Ghana say. I buy a bit to me. On this economy, every one of the best economy in the world.
Right. Thank you very much, Ira David Duno, a political analyst. I'll pay Yandase. Now, quick one. I'll pay Kwame Menka any Komo Ora Kwame Menka public relations the gold board. I'll pay Yanshe Enra Senia Omampini and Impini Fabodo. I need the CEO of Gold Board, the task force, and I want to manage a cost war. Ora Kwame Menka and a Poti and Kan, I want to 92.3 open your margin.
I just saw many and
I don't want to pay. Yes, sir. Good board. You don't come out. I'm a Enra and a Jumadiano, a bass of a fair, I'm a penny, a power task force, no, I won't end to my. Send Jumadiano corner and some more no kind and Kwame. What about the top idea? My yeah, obey to send actually on a pay.
Okay, me born a top fan na we begin to have senior medical catch on sana to mediano cry bus one. Medan editor say task force we be ye amradoa or mobe bata a ye gold board no one or mobe boy instead of a ya bonia hodo a month for AD a bag gold get in one. Umeto abwana yet we see into us a cry yet we di hujuma. Ebine kwa bonus a month for this sika koko. A granny female muha, a smuggling. And I think so, Kwambon so a month for a faso, a digger, a good board, and Marana, a war, and Shannon say, a was a war, as an already good hookano, or was only good board, it is our swap. And the judge would say, a was a war good board to me crata, and son with me at the good, a got a war memoir. Now I need to be crata, and only tiambra. It's a no where as a brachi now, cost now, yeah. Hono na task force no bem na o ma hwe na emra no anyway and na amanfrafo na say ahogwo abo manu a o mayo madwen so omun fo madwen no makom endi mbra no so a o modi o mayo madwen say o mbedi gold dwa e wo manu a wabro mu ni sa akonya no o mo na task force no betu obusu sa and I face to go illegal gold pricing say gold board no and but I don't mind who can say, yen, you big cat, a yes, a cacono, a board, na ye diga. Danny Debbie and okay website at goldboard.gov.g. Citizen which I see not to remember who they were.
I say
goldboard.gov.gh.
Goldboard.gov.gh. I see.
Okay website now. Interface, you know, they big agree to know. Local gold prices. Or click here. And then pop up now, but not show. Good board and I know calculation you know average on spot world market price any idea calculation of so the interbank forex rate and any idea calculation of said by and one you can come next year behind your day where your wide being said somebody on winning swap and on a good board task force no it be too so exact it's the only one a well cut out and spelled out for them. And I did about His Excellency John Mahama Kanya. I said you will see team would say.
I say, Kwame, let me try also. Maybe I'll say local good prices per pound for Tuesday, 8 July 2025. I know you're Enra. Enra, that's what that one. USD 3.3333. And our exchange rate, you know, $1 to Ghana 10 cedis 30 pesos. Discount to amount 0% and price per Ghana pound amount 8,200. Actually,
it's sanity. It's a piano, Yanet, yes, abrini abebiano and no na ye de bedika e wo man so we wadwen say wonni e no no achi na kwa bibi fofra contrary to gold board gold prices now and brand new obedi and that is where the task force comes in but at the back where the task force na dwuma ne say kememufuo nso ya incentivize them, which is to say your man pay kind His Excellency John Mahama kind of say ya ne task force no kwache at the bonnie for ya and I say mean for ya my imagine somebody mine bonnie na also impempi no to say the idea chair press conference that would one ya na is easy would any be a war mo say ko politika etiano no ye be yimu 100 semudu na ye de ama aga na ni de hye na o man da na koma so na we ya supiri no said the beya and the beya kwan ya ye begina so e dey encourage patriotic citizens say omo be my those information e be boa ama good board task force no madwuma no e tbe gina so campaign na e dey aboa ye nyina
I don't know different from a task force for the adwuma no where for the whistleblowers ne pe
and here for the whistleblowers no and a task force no while in say omo ye adwuma ma a good board under the auspices of national security no enti omonso wo kwan ya fa so etwi omoka but in incentives na ye dia to e dia matememfo no ebe ye one of the credible means ebeboa amyetmenya information and as intelligence ebeboa the task force in their operations no and I think so your young as good board no your intelligence unit and also about task force in Jumedi one down the day and you feed you with information. But I dear back within the setup and said, and yes, a good board task force, sorry, I know a corner baby or free payment no corner baby, so a operation. To say the man penny is since you can run Wabra inaugurated task force. Answer a task force being back on operation piano. I will say the CEO of Gold Board a sanction. It's the CEO and sanction, yeah, won't be through him. And yes, I walk out.
Yes, I Shatari, I don't know, and baby, now I OGB Gubotom.
That's right.
I say,
and only now strict proof now. Yeah, the best secure more. Yeah, that's what we do in the Bukoye. And quite apart from that, and also a bomb of family. Yeah, well, body cams and as a camera, tally matter, baby on Boconi, you may be on your control center. Yeah, anybody achieve. And I think so more cannons so tracks a whole boma, baby or Benantia Fabiano, so you need the Bibia Ebecoso Kama Senia.
So it means that apart from the CEO sanctioning operations, Amamono, well, you know, other means are multimedia monitor or movement, any money.
Absolutely, citizen. When you know, other means are able to be there and monitor movement and now yet when who do you be said by ya. Enquire bibia ebeboetia because ye ni so ade hu kese pa na say ye be fa sa no ma yi so eyi akwansi bia hodo a emma ye kwan ma ye ntimi enya emfasodie kese emfree ye sika kokko dwedie ho and as ye sika kokko ne other precious minerals so
well kwa me say ye nkra na ye power no want to ma to bia adwene ye say nkra sem nkomo na ye die na so nkra so gold ya ye ntu gold ne wa enti yemu a ya power mo no on be wo he
on be wo Ghana fa na nyina
o me wo be bia to go do bia wo
in fact operations o mo be ko Ghana fa na nyina se na no be ka China for do ya chuma e gold board task force ne bo am ya chuma
yes yeah
Ghana ni de she na yi asutri and a task force ne to mu go asankere gwa nyankran asankere gwa wo western region eti babia operation e di on be ko bia wo Ghana bia no on be ko no ma bo my Ghana ho ba ya maye
I say kwame bibi bia ni wo be na no pedi enya we
the mekan say Ghana ni bia wutie bia no de hia no so be di gold board and she say no so I mean the Ghana brand so menye bibia be ma wo follow on the wrong side of the law
I say
say me boss and I say me pani ura sa me yemfi kan no achiche no de enye ade a eye enye no ne edwa ye ba be say ye de bia na ye chiche nkofo ye de ne say ye be ma gold twadie no e ho ate ne so aba mfaso e de ama ye man Ghana na boa me anya the needed a year forex be boa ma yesidi no anya hoade. That is our biggest aim. But koyesa amanfo nso ya asoden ana asobrache na omundidi mra no so a eya na ya pa se wo chi wonua Ghana ni se wadi boni bisa. Ye nyina ye ni mra no so. Se wo pese wodi gold dwa nya gold board to me krata ni bi. Se wo pese wo price wo gold follow gold board daily price no. The price come so that you be on at the right side of the law. And now we I'm on and that's all your if you're a foreigner, you don't have the right to trade directly in gold or mine Ghana. You cannot buy from a miner, you cannot buy from a buyer or a seller. If you want to buy or offtake gold, if you want to offtake gold, you'd have to do that through the gold board, right to the gold board, and then negotiations will be done. Then the off-taking will commence or will happen. So that's the only route for you as a foreigner. We are my friend, we are Hoko man, want me in the good Jawa, my Ghana, a Chawani good board, and in South Minia. See that the Ohame person.
Kwabi yere nka mi jama wako ba mami fa nkoma ye ntwamo em se obi kura na atese dia ba se ye bisa se gold board mu madwumadie no ekoko sehi esanse de na obisa ne se enne no illegal mining no egusu koso enti mo no the operations as to how no benya gold no enna mo dwene ho anase enye no na eye mo dadwene mo de ne se gold no abeka mo nsa amaton.
No, in fact, illegal mining, because look, even about gold trading, they said the man paying kind of traceability, because what there's a man so now you trace and you say good dear, or they buy me a ton yen to no quampa so I am a bayad this one, also into your man paying. I said, who be here said. Your friends say, and Sassene, and Shahodo says, yes, you dear who bet you, na yabwa, na yasa, I mean, in terms of reclamation, may yet to me, as NCC, na bandit, na be a papamu. And I'll shed the traceability bit in a war, a year good body shimuna. And also, yeah, and as a Quambia said, ye shasa said, ye diwujuma, ebeboa, na a support various agencies and even the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources illegal small-scale mining and wujuma. But that does not take away the fact that artisanal small-scale miners it does not take away the fact that AHOTOR and the Kaubina they say yet the needed reserves Abuama Yesidi na Huadino, Echan and Asopampe. In fact, a Baumudumedi Mudi Crampa, or share records over Omuta, a year large scale miners,
AHOTOR
So,
FM 92.3.
We are encouraging a year artisanal small scale mining activities. No, it does not take away the fact that illegal small scale mining, so yeah, a bomb miner, say minor. It's a year from Mudia, and on a CB, traceability na fin so reclamation and shena your man paying their no na yahwe na yede aboa minia.
Well, come in and share the pay. Wo adajia or I say we want to pay.
And I gen men say hey over edwan ye nyina
Come here and share the pay. Come in kai public relations officer at Ghana Gold Board. And on a pelletin Canadian no efa enra launch and as inauguration of company Koyoya or Power the task force and entuma na komo ye dia kwachire ma wachire mu se nya task force nkwa o ye Ghana ni a wo so kan obi as a whistleblower wo se sikakọ dwade bi koso ba bi a enya na kwemu a oyi o mana so tire a wo chefen wo mu no on sabetumi aka se ne be nyina emu a na me bisa ne se or mine no etimu no mu no akomia se wono good board ni de gold no na wono gie na wono aton sanse na Ghana no omo na wono strong gold ni nyina enti o ye large scale o small scale o wan is a gold no be di o mafa na wono aton na mi sanse enti illegal mining no a do one my yen or man on so to Skakoko. So for no go in the Bahana to an answer on top. As on better than I just say, on a flower on Juma Bonia on Edinaso. And all church the same Penicura say, and Oko Draman Swa. It me, I want to say, a good year crowd, and I say, or product year crowd. And the system, yeah, by friend traceability system. Now, it me church, baby, at the corner, every bar. So, I am a bonnet quanswa on top. Anything I overkai to the beer, a cocoa board for one more day, a cocoa no could be manswa, to the beer, I say, cocoa no yan top near rejected. Everything see what a mamma hold was. Omodem cocoa no qua, yan top to say, could you for to the Bomodqua, every why you see and talk. Nina say, Omo Tresinomo whom say, Yeden Quala and a hata cocoa na the ade. Yam fan kwan paso and the attack cocoa ebia said you want cocoa no crano and yet the right chemicals no cocoa no so say between how between my yare and the system in they can trace that system and know say and yet the right process and I said the right operations na fire money enya the end product no and na koko fasa how ni na ba and na me bisa a gold board for no say that system to no say go the year ya de bre we awutoi onu tu no kwampaso because say if God training because so legally because so kama na nkofa how bia enkoba na so na be wi no say afo no say enye kwampaso no mutu agudie no a eno so no na it means we are encouraging the illegal system illegal mining and he say all can say o mampeni kura ka say mu Giatumo say, I was say you too good no compasso, now one yano ton or compasso. Safamono, you're in the bay, and the system no I saw more. Now you who say, baby, I go the year one or two, 12 one ho, a tone, baby, a free bano, and yan the quan boneswo. So binko so be assassin, or binko so being foodie, or binko you sue other dangerous chemicals be, and fanconco, say and sassy, and go to a good yemo, no case a good board for one typical to a moment. And Nina, na Yora Kwame Minkachi, the most the penny CEO or Rasa Mijefi, actually more and Yemenina did an community. That is the issue with the gold board. But the issue still remains here about now you can't the but I'm penning come on the matters of the gold board. But Rasa Mijefi sana yeah bomb penny natural.
Dollars Obrunisika or Mudibja will crumwe here. Omo kofa fanwo omo kofa sichire omo kofa ntare omo kofa nyema wo kwanso ehia no sika ni bi no because Ghana ifri titi besi ne kuku ene maye obroni sika na yakobo bosia na gold so amaye kakra kuku yi samre no na die nya wo ntimi kura nkoje bosia no so yentimi nkobobi because e ka mene yen yakwa mu yen mu pa so enti eno na President Mahama Srim Sejata tikesi daso dayepa otena ase dwen ho ano se dabi sa de we yintimi nton kosoma na nyesa so nyame a chega na sika kokko dia ene ni tuo ne ton ehwo adwuma nyina no aban enyim wetintim ban na aban hwe se o man no benya so mfaso na aka Ghana say yenya so mfaso bi a won ne tu ne ton mu kra ye make sure say aban na beto aban to gold nu a aban na ekwa akoton na manone nti yekoton ne yenya sika kra dollar ne de obroni sika ne de ebeka aban sa edi mfa nchen nti in a matter of 72 hours 2-3 days na bank to good na dollar na yeden aba o man ni mu e wo Bank of Ghana enti obi a wo pe dollar e di adwuma bia na be yeden e benya bi na ma se e basa na fa ma cedi na yeden enya hoden na cedi nya hoden a na dollar e ba fo mu a ade a yede dollar kwa ma no ne ko fa bia so bo be yeden e be gina be gina na be ba fo no man for one how this was the vision that the visionary John Dramani Mahama had. And now Okasa say oba obe reset Ghana no na man for ntiase. This is one example. Into what you say insese ebema ankrankre Ghana for India for China for na beto to good no mo so mo kwako ton na manone bibiri small good no dollar ne ma na ye pe dollar ye bre no sisi obehemra obitwam
AHOTOR FM 92.3.
Any Sami Jemfi, the CEO at the Gold Board, and I pay watch it a quanya any botaye any sintra and the Gold Board no ababe boate or my Ganamua a boa my economy no agent national on my penny and rock aside or Jumedi no sin till my penny and commonly na fee if I'm coming to us.
Since its interim formation in January 2025, the Ghana Gold Board has implemented aggressive reforms, especially in the artisanal and small-scale mining sector. By May alone, the Gold Board had exported 11 tons of gold valued at USD 1.1 billion. Actually, it's in May alone, the Gold Board exported 11 tons of gold valued at 1.1 billion US dollars. Cumulatively from January, exports from the small-scale sector reached 51.5 tons, which is valued at approximately 5 billion US dollars. Can you imagine? This is gold, money that would not have come back to Ghana because traders would have taken it freely out of our country and kept the foreign exchange reserves outside. So approximately from January, we have exported 51.5 tons, which is valued at approximately 5 billion US dollars. So 5 billion US dollars has come into the Bank of Ghana. This represents a 95% increase from the same period and surpasses large-scale mining exports for the first time in our history. These inflows have strengthened our foreign reserves, have improved our balance of payments, and have most importantly helped stabilize value of our local currency, the cedi. It is Gold Board that has made the cedi an abrantian. More importantly, this development reaffirms our belief that artisanal miners, when supported and formalized, can be powerful allies of our economic development. And yet challenges remain. There's still rampant gold smuggling and illicit trade in gold. This continues to rob Ghana of billions in revenue. And as you were told, a recent report revealed that 229 metric tons discrepancy existed between Ghana's official export records and the import records of our trading partners, which amounts to over 11.4 billion in losses over the last 5 years. This will not continue. The Ghana Gold Board was established to dismantle the black market economy surrounding gold sector. And today's inauguration of the Gold Board Task Force signals our readiness to act decisively.
All right, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Gold Board Task Force inauguration, and what actually, and you say, but I Gold Board no, Ebabe, you said about me at dismantle the black market. Come on, na anyina ekoso ewo memo. Ebushana pay, na Jumeku would omo boy chidoma say first Bank Ghana. And I pay over Adarova and Yemedi Yakomo at the chair with them. So First Bank Ghana and I pay so yenda MTN France everywhere. You go, Makacho say, oh, pe telco papa na we are call Bekoyi, then Yama Afadia Mawa, MTN everywhere. You go and then the Isimaba and Inano Ubenyabia. I just say you don't need about 2, 3, 4, 5 phones. The here say or dial code no na fa phone the just say you are good to go. That's one on the pay. Na yenda TDC France na yenda Jumeko Ahodoɔ nyina so ase Safari Valley Eco Resort and a pay and no nyina ase Darama na yetena sia yidi nkomo. Be the citizen confuse. Na me adoma you want adoma besan so ahyemo ewo womanyimu adi omemo enkomo esobio eguso aye bisa se amampeni ne boso mensia waba bedie ona memoyi a ede asan hye ne nsabio no mutesema o yede neto saneni o kare no every 1 to 100 obema no emusei in terms of galamsey ne ko in terms of corruption in terms of education in terms of the economy and the other sectors that I have not made mention of. Say, or can say entirely, ye de ompeni to sanieni na ye karino, ube karini saying, why adia, and also say baby wa anyade. Follow your was on conversation. I'll call your TikTok. I'll call your Facebook. And I pay. Obetima kochira wa binchire ewo. I want to FM official. Yeah. Post no one. Nani nyina no. Odo wa binchire faso. Ba yedi omemo enkomo. I mean sure. Sana pay. Uti I want to. That is 2.3 FM. The other citizen coffee usu. I always remain your voice in the morning, and yes, I'm your voice behind your story. I'm in Alex Amoase, social media administrator Alex Cooker, and I pay on your producer to the show and teacher Kojo and the entire news team. But the other citizen confused, and I pay. Have a wonderful day on 92.3. Macro, enjoy your day. Bye bye.
Since its interim formation in January 2025, the Ghana Gold Board has implemented aggressive reforms, especially in the artisanal and small-scale mining sector. By May alone, the Gold Board had exported 11 tons of gold valued at USD 1.1 billion. Actually, it's in May alone, the Gold Board exported 11 tons of gold valued at 1.1 billion US dollars. Cumulatively from January, exports from the small-scale sector reached 51.5 tons, which is valued at approximately 5 billion US dollars. Can you imagine? This is gold, money that would not have come back to Ghana because traders would have taken it freely out of our country and kept the foreign exchange reserves outside. So approximately from January, we have exported 51.5 tons, which is valued at approximately 5 billion US dollars. So 5 billion US dollars has come into the Bank of Ghana. This represents a 95% increase from the same period and surpasses large-scale mining exports for the first time in our history. These inflows have strengthened our foreign reserves